Welcome back, Hergo. 14 days ago, I changed exactly one thing about how I ride, and it changed everything.
I almost quit cycling completely before I tried this.
By the end of 2 weeks, my body felt like it belonged to someone else.
But this story starts with me completely burnt out.
Every ride was leaving my knees aching and my legs dead by mile 10. My rides kept getting shorter, not longer, no matter how hard I pushed.
I thought the answer was just pedaling harder.
My physio told me the problem wasn't my legs, it was my rhythm.
One word I'd never paid attention to: cadence.
So I decided to test it myself. Just one change, 14 days, no shortcuts.
No new bike, no new diet, Bryev. Just one number I was going to fix.
Day one, Begna. Baseline ride, no changes yet, just data.
68 RPM, way lower than I ever imagined.
I was mashing every pedal stroke instead of spinning it. My heart rate was already through the roof, and I'd barely started.
Baseline set. Tomorrow, everything changes cow. Just one number, 90.
90 revolutions per minute. That was the only rule for the next 2 weeks.
Day two, Tay. Trying to hit 90 RPM felt completely unnatural.
My legs kept fighting the new rhythm like they didn't trust it.
Part of me wanted to just go back to my old way of riding. So I started filming my pedal stroke to actually see what was wrong.
My old stroke was stiff, like I was stomping stairs instead of spinning wheels. Day 310, I stopped trying to push and started trying to flow. 85. Still not 90, but steadier than yesterday. For the first time all week, I didn't feel wrecked afterward. Day 4, high-end. Bad weather, but I wasn't skipping this one.
Even in the rain, my legs were starting to remember the new rhythm.
Day 5, tan. I started noticing how the fast riders actually pedaled.
Their legs moved fast and light as Tam. Mine finally started to match.
My resting heart rate dropped 3 points in less than a week.
Day 6 cow. Even my wife said I seemed less exhausted in the mornings.
I added 5 extra miles without even planning to. 90 RPM. Not for a few seconds, Bay, for the whole climb. Same distance, same hills, but 10 minutes faster Jackno, and it felt easier.
Day 7 bow. The data was starting to tell a story I didn't expect. As my cadence went up, my effort actually went down.
1 week in, and I finally understood why coaches obsess over this number.
Day 8 fame, and suddenly my motivation just disappeared.
Some mornings, discipline is the only thing that gets you out the door.
I rode anyway, even though my legs felt heavier than week 1.
My numbers dipped, and for a second I thought the whole thing was failing. Day 9 row, I almost gave up until a friend reminded me plateaus are normal.
It's just a phase. You're strong.
You're right. Thanks, man.
You just need to be patient. It's totally normal at first. Thanks, that makes sense.
So instead of quitting, I just focused on rhythm, not numbers.
Day 10 Daya, the toughest hill on my route, and I didn't blow up. My heart rate stayed almost 30 beats lower than it used to on this climb.
For the first time, that hill felt like progress instead of punishment.
Going down was almost as satisfying as making it up.
10 days in, and the hardest part might already be behind me.
Day 11 Tau. Riding started to feel like something I used to love again. The riders who used to drop me couldn't shake me off anymore. A stranger giving me a nod meant more than I expected.
Day 12 in Taan. I rode further than I had in almost a year.
My legs just kept turning, like they finally understood the assignment.
New personal best bow, and I wasn't even trying to chase one. Day 13 Can. I went back to my physio just to show her the numbers.
Okay, let's see. Most people never stick with a change long enough to see this. I know, I'm really proud of this.
Even my knee pain, the thing that started this whole experiment, was almost gone.
2 weeks ago, I was icing my knee, Chow. Now I could barely feel it.
For day 14, I wanted a real test, Nan, not just another easy loop.
13 days of work, and tomorrow would tell me if it actually mattered.
Day 14 Tau. Same garage, same bike, but I felt like a different rider.
90 RPM, right from the first pedal stroke, prow, no warm-up needed. The same road that used to intimidate me now felt like an old friend. That brutal hill from day 10 barely slowed me down this time. Fastest climb of the entire 2 weeks, Fawn, and it felt like the easiest.
I rode further, faster, and finished with legs that still had something left.
14 days ago, this same driveway felt like the finish line of exhaustion.
Today it just felt like the beginning of something better.
Let me show you exactly what changed in real numbers.
My average cadence went from 68 to 92 RPM. At the exact same effort, my heart rate dropped nearly 20 beats per minute.
I was riding almost 8 miles farther without feeling more tired.
One number. 14 days. That's genuinely all it took.
Spinning faster spreads the effort across more strokes, so each one hurts less.
But the biggest change wasn't in the data happening. It was how I felt getting up every morning.
I had energy left over for the rest of my day, not just my ride.
Look at this. Can you believe the numbers on the final chart?
Yes, you finally sound excited about cycling again.
Looking at that whiteboard, I almost couldn't believe it was the same experiment.
This tiny little sensor ended up changing more than just my rides.
If you'd told me 2 weeks ago one number could do all this, I wouldn't have believed you.
If you want to try this yourself, here's exactly where to start.
Track your cadence, aim for 85 to 95 RPM, and give it 2 full weeks.
It's not about riding harder, it's about riding smarter. And it all started with one small change and I almost didn't bother trying.
If this helped you, subscribe and tell me in the comments what one change you're willing to try.
See you on the next ride. Same time, same channel, one change at a time.